All right, everybody, good evening. This is Chief Meteorologist Bob Jeswald. It's coming up in the 10 o'clock hour in about 30 seconds Eastern time, and that would be about 9 o'clock Central time. Tracking these storms that are coming down right now. A lot of hail, especially coming into areas around Troup and Meriwether County, potentially seeing some gusts. And not only that, 40 to 50 mile per hour winds are going to do some damage. This has a history of knocking tremendous amount of trees down in these areas. And this track that you see here is very accurate what we're looking at. So it could take it up to Fort Benning around Lawson Field at roughly around midnight. You can see Columbus around 1147, Valley and Lynette backing up a bit around 947. West Point, Georgia, around 1036, and like we said, Troup County, LaGrange. Could you guys have that music, pot that music down for a second? So, folks, yeah, thank you. So, again, so this is what we're looking at. Get a little closer view. Obviously, Randolph County coming right in here, coming into Roanoke is right on top of you right now. So, with this line extending, there's actually a gust front that we're seeing. And we're already getting reports on some of these ASOS stations about 40 to 50. So that's significant enough to topple more trees. And there could be some power outages with this. And I'll show you there in just a bit. So where you see this line here in the south of Concord around Greenville and Meriwether County, now coming up to LaGrange, that's your gust front right along here. And those winds are going to only accelerate after that. So we're already seeing hail at about 1.25 inches. That's smaller than golf ball size, but you start seeing it just smaller than a ping pong sized hail, and that's going to do some damage, okay? So we're going to watch that, especially around Roanoke, coming into Chambers County if you're in Lafayette and these areas here. We're going to give a little bit closer view just so we can get an exact track here for you as close as we can, as this line is moving just under 30 miles an hour. And as it continues to lift or drift south and east, I'll take it all the way into northern Harris County and Talbot counties. As the watch continues to drift southward, we're already seeing the watch as far south as Russell County, Alabama, Muskogee County, Taylor County, and all the way back into Macon County, Alabama. Okay, that's right where the warnings are right now. So if you're in Lafayette, and the reason why we're doing this, a Sunday storm has caused considerable amount of weakening of trees. So we're going to go back and see that again. But once this line passes through, it's over. So stay with us here for at least going into the 11 o'clock hour. It's 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 Central. It's 1 minute after. So Valley around 10 o'clock Central time, Lafayette around 9:40, LaGrange around 10:20. So that's what we're looking at with that full line coming down here. And again, embedded hail that you can see in these areas. We've had hail all the way through north parts of Alabama and Georgia. Griffin area, seeing observed hail that is about 1.25 inches around Griffin, and areas a little bit farther off to the west as well. So that's right along our track, which is going to affect the news free viewing area from Lafayette all the way down to Valley. You could end up seeing hail with that particular storm. The storm reports are filtering in as soon as they keep coming in. You can see in northern Alabama tonight, in Georgia, numerous trees are down south of I-20. That will continue to grow as we get that line through. And of course, it's too dangerous when those storms are coming through right now. So that's why you're kind of seeing a delay. But not worth going outside. Again, let this storm ride through. A lot of winds, straight line winds, do a considerable amount of damage. Just an analysis of this coming up at 11. We're going to see some gusts up to 30. This is just surface winds, not considering the actual thunderstorm winds coming in. And midnight, we can already see the system already passing south of Columbus, right around the Tuskegee line, Hurtsboro, and drifting all the way back up through parts of Taylor County in Georgia. Continues around East Alabama, and it's still got some force to it going into areas around Barber, Clay Equipment, and Randolph counties around 1:30. This would be Eastern time, 12:30 Central, so it continues to drift south and east. Pardon me. So behind it, it clears. So before sunrise, 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 Central, this should be out of here. That's the good news. It's very fast moving, but it's going to pack a little bit of a punch here as well, especially for those trees that took such a hard hit on Sunday. This could be the last bit for some of those trees, and they topple over. That's the hazard, and we are considering some power outages with this as well. Let's give you an update here. That gust front I was telling you about, still anywhere between 40 to 50. And so that's why we're seeing these warnings continue. And obviously the temperatures are quite warm as we speak. So we back up a bit and show you again from those storm reports where we're looking at. And we can even talk about even seeing that severe thunderstorm right now watch that's continuing throughout the area. So anybody along this track will see strong winds up to 40 to 50. That's for sure. And that would take it all the way down into parts of Columbus as well. So we do have that watch. And the watch that you see is considering all this area here shaded in yellow. that considers areas around, of course, Chambers, Lee. We're talking about Russell, Macon, and the Georgia side, Muskogee, Harris. We're talking about Troup, Meriwether, Taylor, and Talbot counties with the same line coming in here. So we'll be watching this line, and right now you can see right along this area the gust front. That long skinny line right there, that is actually going to be bringing in those wind gusts that are pretty strong. So I'm going to go ahead and show you these winds that are coming in right now. And as we speak, we are also, if you lose power, we are streaming right now right into YouTube, our YouTube channel, our viewers on there. And again, the heavy stuff is running this way. Folks are asking why, because it's drifting southward. That's because that's the nature of its movement. So it's going to be hitting everybody. It covers a lot of real estate regardless. As far as the winds are concerned, look for this to continue to go farther south. YouTube, we can stream right now. You could go ahead and have that as a power backup if your power goes out. Also on Facebook too at WRBL.com. If you have that right on there as well, we're streaming on our main page at WRBL.com as well, and YouTube, so you could check those two channels out as we speak. We are monitoring that for you, and we'll take any of your questions or whatnot that's coming on here. So we're on those channels, and obviously right here on News 3. So if you hold 1 second here, I'm going to go ahead and give you that live radar that's moving away from Peachtree City right now, and we're going to query what we call it so we can tell you exactly what these wind speeds are coming up real close in these areas. So it's a consistent line of at least right along this line, which are not related to thunderstorms at all. So we're picking up a 42, and it's about what we're seeing. It's exactly right on point. So if we're seeing these 40-mile-per-hour winds not even associated with the physical thunderstorms, that's going to weaken a lot of trees as it continues to drift southward. So this is what we call the gust front. And this gust front is not the storms, but even with that, if you're in Pine Mountain, I'm not going to take it too far because sometimes they weaken a bit. I'm going to take it right through West Point, Hamilton, Manchester, Valley, and into Harris County to about 10:45. So within the next 35, 40 minutes, there could be gusts anywhere from 20 to 45 miles per hour, and that's before we actually get the physical thunderstorm activity coming in here. So I wanted to point that out. We're also going to still see some areas of hail too. So I'm going to go ahead and get back to the radar images that are right here. And here you go. So we're going to talk about this. So the second line behind it is coming in tomorrow afternoon, and it shouldn't be bringing anything but some clouds late Friday night and maybe a sprinkle. This is the main portion of the storm, and once this is in and out, that's it. And you could see what's called a hail core, and that is certainly quite significant indeed. So I'm going to go ahead and get just what we call 3D volumetric on this, and this will help us determine how high up these storms are and how deep that hail core is. And this will be coming into areas of Chambers County and these points forward right here. Okay, so give this a second here. Okay, this is the area that we're looking at. And we can get kind of an idea how high up the storm is right now. Okay, there it is. Okay, so this is going to give me an idea how high up we're talking about in that hail core. So the hail core is pretty deep in there, so that we're going to get we'll definitely get some hail, a lot of winds. But the storm itself right now is looking about 30,000 feet. So this is going to have definitely have some power to it. As we're looking at this time. And we're going to go ahead and get a little closer to this. And you could see where the bright pink is here coming out of Roanoke. There's our hail. That's considerable amount of hail, as will be considerable amount of wind with this as well. So this is what we need to watch out for. 5 points if you're in that area, Roanoke. If you're in LaGrange, right now at this point, you could start just getting in a safe spot. You should get off the second floor because here's what we're talking about. There's trees that are towering nearby and they topple over. That's a major hazard right there. So get in a lower area. They're safe. Folks are asking, are these tornadic? These are not tornadoes, just so you know. So anyway, so that's it. So that definitely is not a tornado at all. Okay, and let's just see what we have here. Okay, right through this area here. Okay. So this storm that's coming in this direction into areas of Chambers County and going towards areas of Lafayette, down to Valley and Casita, these are the areas here that I would just get in a safe spot, in a low-lying spot right now, and we'll follow that all the way down. So if you're in Valley, this would be about 9:43 West Point, around 10:36. Lafayette at 9:26 in Central Time. So these are the areas you want to watch out for with that storm coming in here. So it's a pretty good elevated system, and by the time it keeps coming south and east, it's going to continue to have a lot of wind with it. If it decays or collapses, that's also going to create a lot of wind as well. All right. There you go. Okay, so if you want to join us, if you're getting power outages, folks are saying, stay with us on WRBL.com. They have that nearby just for that. And if you also have areas too that could be seeing some of this energy that's coming in here, you could check us out on YouTube, our YouTube stream. The YouTube stream is another area that you can watch closely to get the latest weather updates, and Facebook as well. Q107.3 FM will be another area as well to check out, and that's what we'll be looking at too. Okay. We also have a flow code on your screen. That flow code that's right here on your screen, you can expect to just take that on your mobile device. You can capture that image. It'll take you right there to get push notifications with the WRBL radar app as well to keep you updated. So right now, this storm that we're tracking, if you're joining us here on News 3, Facebook, if you're subscribing to that right now and just liking us at this point to keep updated so you have the latest information, we're going to experience some winds 40 to 50 miles an hour. These winds are going to be hazardous to some areas that are seeing a lot of trees that have been weakened from the last few days. There's a couple portions on the storm that I want to give you a heads up that will produce some strong damaging winds at this point. So we want you just to make sure that if you see this coming in here now, this gives you plenty of time to seek shelter or take cover. We continue to track this a little bit farther south. And again, if you're in the Hamilton area, this will be around 11 o'clock, 8 minutes after, just under an hour. So going into areas of Harris County. If you're in Valley, again, I'm using that as a standpoint, 9:53 local time, Central Time. Thomaston, 10:30, you can see. And if you're in Troup County, LaGrange, it's about 10 o'clock right now. So it's right over you now in LaGrange. You should just get into a lower level area. This will be safe if there's any trees that are nearby. So we're going to keep an eye on that. The wide view here showing how it extends a little bit farther off to the west. We're not going to be impacted by that. So that scale complex here could affect us probably later in our East Alabama counties, and that's moving more in the west portion of that. So the next round of storms for East Alabama could take us from Prattville to Montgomery at 11:44, that's Central Time, to around 12:32 in Union Springs, which would be 1:32 Eastern, Barber County around 1:30 in the morning, and that we'll watch that if it goes into our Georgia counties till to about 2 o'clock in the morning. So the reality is we could be on this from 10 o'clock now till at least 2:30 Eastern Time. So this is going to be just a few hours, not as long as what we had on Sunday, but we are under a severe thunderstorm right now. Watch, and we do have warnings in parts of the county as we speak. So we'll go back here and just give you a heads up what we're seeing. So here's the latest, and you can see where this one's tracking. And this will probably eventually work its way down to Columbus, Georgia. And we'll give you a better Columbus time here. So right along this entire track, maybe continuing down. That's where we're under a watch. It means conditions are favorable for this line of severe storms to work its down into Columbus. And we'll talk about East Alabama in a second. Right now, East Alabama, you're not in this particular track, but there's another line off to the west. So Columbus, this will be probably now, it looks like it's getting closer to midnight, about 11:50. So within the next hour, just pay close attention. It's moving fast at a good pace at about 30 miles an hour. And we can expect to see damaging wind. Like I said, we could see up to 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gust with this. I'm going to ask somebody to give me some warm water if you can, because these conditions out here have just been ripping our voices apart these last few days. So I apologize if it sounds a little rough. All right, so Roanoke, 5 points. You have some left hail. If you're in West Point Valley, this is going to be producing hail for you. Anywhere else along the line in the news reviewing area, we should not see hail right now. The hail is mainly for you in 5 Points. Lafayette's going to be off to your east. Valley and Lynette definitely going to see some hail. LaGrange, you could see a little light hail, but right now it looks like it's just more across Chambers County. And we'll keep that going here. So West Point around 10:40, Valley around 9:49. That's Central Time. And of course, Manchester, if you're in Manchester, Georgia, that whole line should be coming up right before the 11 o'clock hour, which that is just about 45 minutes out. That's what we'll be looking at there. There you go. And if there's anybody else that needs to know where else they can stream, that's getting a lot of questions like that, just WRBL.com first. You have YouTube. You can subscribe and like us while you're there. And you also have Facebook. We try to get you on as many platforms as easy so you can just be informed, you know what's going on. I want to tell everybody this is not tornadic. These are straight line winds, but that doesn't mean to take it lightly. Straight line winds do just as much damage, and it covers a great area. So everybody along this track will be experiencing significant winds. In portions of this track, we're seeing severe conditions with winds too. So that's what we're seeing along this area. Thank you, Phil Scoggins, for that water. Okay, so we'll get a little closer. This is the part that we're looking at, not discounting anybody else, but this right now is what's affecting everybody. You got that gust front. So if you're in West Point Valley, this will be even Tuckersburg before we get into Lee County, Lafayette. We're looking at all the way down to the south to about 9:51. So it's 16 minutes after the hour, so it'll be coming up very shortly. All right. Okay, so that's from Lafayette downward. The other day we had a lot of winds, and there's been a considerable amount of damage from Sunday storm. So the weakening of a lot of those trees and just nature's infrastructure has been compromised, and the soils are so loosened because we had so much rainfall. It's not going to take much for these trees to topple. So the reports we're seeing, even more are coming in as we speak. So there's been a lot of reports already coming in here, and that's what folks are seeing right now. Okay, we're going to check some other reports here too. Okay, so areas around Jackson County, just to give you an idea, there's been more trees around, more roads. They're already coming in. So this line came through over an hour ago. In Jackson County, areas in Georgia are seeing lots of lightning strikes. A lot of trees down across roads that caused a tree to fall near a vehicle. And so that's a multi-vehicle right there that we had trees fall down on. So again, with this kind of wind coming in, it's best to say do not get out in this until you're done. First responders know what to do. If you have no reason to be going out there, just wait for this line to pass through the overnight. So a lot of folks on second shift, if you are ahead of this line and you're not up in Chambers County now and viewing your troop, you have plenty of time if you're south of these areas to just maybe go to work a little earlier, or you have to pick somebody up or return home. Because when it does come in, that's your big hazard, and that's what causes more injury and death, are trees toppling over, believe it or not, more than tornadoes. I want to point that out because a lot of folks see it. It has to be a tornado to take it seriously. This is covering a lot of real estate, and due to the nature of what we've experienced, this is another large hazard. Pardon me. I'm going to go over to Birmingham and see what we're talking about over here, making sure everything's okay on the East Alabama side right now. Birmingham area, those wind gusts are about 46. So for our East Alabama viewers, this is what we're tracking. This is what we're talking about here. So anywhere from Childersburg, south of Birmingham, that line will impact these areas that I'm tracking right now. And that would be Alexander City around 10, Montgomery around 11. We get into news reviewing area, Tuskegee, Hurtsboro, news reviewing area, anywhere from 11 Central till around midnight Central Time. So within the next couple of hours, guys, you can expect to see that starting to ramp up within 3 hours, especially for areas Tuskegee. This could speed up, though, and it could slow down. So stay with us either online or wherever you guys are looking to get the latest weather updates. Lee County, more generally, what's the deal with Auburn? Is hail and wind the only threat? Yeah, right now that's it. If you're in Auburn, this line shouldn't change much behavior, but stay with us as always. Yes, you could get a weak spin-up tornado, but this is really, as you just said, it is a hail and wind event. A lot of viewers are wondering, and that's exactly what it is. If you're on YouTube channel, that's what folks are asking. So that would be the case, absolutely. Let's go back here, and by the time we get on News 3. We will not be streaming. I'm going to point that out due to just certain regulations with commercials. So if anyone is on YouTube channel, just hang with us. We'll be back, and Facebook will be back at 11:30 at WRBL.com. We'll be streaming WRBL News 3. So News 3 will come back at again at 11:30. So I want to let you know. At 11 o'clock Eastern Time, 10 Central, News 3 will be on air, and we'll stop streaming. But for all you streamers, we're going to come right back at 11:30, just so you know. Okay, so again, just to recap, we have severe thunderstorm warnings on areas that are seeing widespread potential damage of some strong winds, and we're going to be tracking that for you. I want to let everyone know it's 20 minutes after, of course, here on News 3. Our northern counties being impacted now, our northern Chambers, Troup, and Meriwether counties, and it's moving south quickly. So right before the 11 o'clock hour, we'll be live on News 3 with the latest. If you're on YouTube, we're going to continue streaming, and Facebook. And you can do that right now and subscribe if you need to allow those notifications to come on. Right here, you can go ahead and just scan this too on your phone to get the latest push notifications right there on your mobile device. That's what we're talking about, and that can help you as well. And that will keep you updated as long as you keep push notifications on too. NOAA weather radios are your best immediate line of defense. Up in Meriwether County, if you're watching us, the transponder there is down, so they're asking you to flip over to Peachtree City. Just flip your NOAA weather radio till you can hear another frequency. That transponder is down, and that could not necessarily could be due to the weather. We're not sure yet, but those are ways to receive all the information. I want you to be safe. There's been considerable amount of damage on Sunday and a lot of infrastructure stress, and this is going to certainly take over some trees and certainly add some more power outages and damage too. So for the News 3 viewers right now, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to stay on YouTube and Facebook at WRBL.com. So stay with us there. We're coming back live unless something big changes here, and we're going to update you from 11 o'clock all the way on until the event is over. But we are still streaming, so we're with you no matter what. Okay? So for News 3 viewers, we'll see you over on YouTube, Facebook at WRBL.com. Okay, folks, welcome again on Facebook, WRBL, YouTube. Mary Woods, good to see you here. Yes, that would be 10:30 Central, Cannon. Cannon's asking about that. And, yeah, Cannon, at that point, at 11:30, 10:30 Central, start watching, too, because we're going to be watching that backside of that line. But there's still some of this outflow winds could actually trigger some energy, too, coming down through East Alabama. So I'm not discounting that, but you're going to have another round, too, behind this, unfortunately. So Casita, Perry, Columbus, Talbotton, Waverly Hall, coming up around 53. It's 23 minutes after, and I'm going to keep it right here because this is the areas that are most pressing right now around that track. I'm going to keep updating this track to let you know if anything else comes up, and I'll answer your questions. So if you subscribe and hit bell notification, that'll keep you updated on YouTube. Facebook, of course, you know what to do there. Just keep going in there. Unfortunately, on Facebook, guys, if you're Facebook watchers, thank you. YouTube is where we're interacting more, so if you want to switch there, but stay with Facebook if it's comfortable for you. We got WRBL News 3, too, at WRBL.com, but WRBL News 3 is just crawling right now. So we're going to go back to WRBL Live at 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Central, but at 10:30 Central, 11:30 Eastern, we're going to go ahead and start streaming again, because we have to knock off the air at that time. There's national commercials that cannot be aired live on TV. All right, let's see. Mary, thanks again. And if, I think most of you folks are just kind of hanging in there with us. We've got quite a few folks right now that are staying tuned. Facebook, too, and WRBL.com, good to see you as well. So what we're doing now is I'm going to look at some of this hail. The hail seems to be shrinking in size. That's some good news. The larger the hail, the stronger the storm. And we've been seeing about half-inch diameter hail right now. So we're seeing that the hail was much more considerable in size. I could tell by the reflectivity, it's not as large, and the storms are not showing the reflectivity that would indicate the density of these storms or the ice that is picked up from the return on the radar beam. Got a little bit left in there, and I'm still watching 5 points. It's not directly over you, but you could see that gust front already moved through. That skinny line there to the south of that, if I come back on camera, I could point it out. It's moving towards West Point. That's the gust front. So I can get over here on the larger screen. So right here, where you see south of 5 points, that's what we call gust front. That's the air flowing out. And that gust front has actually been clocked in some areas, picked up to 40 to 50 miles an hour. And that will topple trees before you physically get this thunderstorm in the area. So that's the only part on this thunderstorm that looks significant right now. And it's between Roanoke and 5 Points right now, right along US 431. The Doublehead area, Findlay, and the Piedmont Heights area. So let me go ahead and I want to get a little bit of a height on this, height analysis, and that'll tell us what's going on. Okay, let's see. We're going to stop this right now. Okay, so we're talking about these storms are rising. They're roughly about 30,000, just the top. And the cores are pretty considerable. They're about 20,000 plus feet. These aren't your major supercell variety, but they still are packing a punch. That line is pretty, large, and it's covering so much area. But that's the storm we're looking at. So 5 Points, you're seeing that wind coming in your area, and it'll come towards like Abbotsford, and that will certainly have a lot of reach to it as well. Let's go back to Peachtree City and see what's going on here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Macon County and surrounding areas. This will be in central Georgia. There'll be another warning for that county. That's for the ones that are drifting off more eastward. Okay, just bear with me for a second, folks, because I am here by myself. Just because I go silent here doesn't mean I'm leaving you. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a social media update here. Let me orient this to north. And let's go back over our stream. Okay, I see some folks that are here. Jerry Guy, thanks for all the updates. You got it, Jerry. Tiffany Simp, I just subscribed after the past Sunday, and the YouTube coverage was excellent. We appreciate that. Karen Ward, you're very welcome too. We appreciate you in Macon County. Yeah, you guys are going to be under warning here in Macon County here in just a minute. Places like areas like Milledgeville too, seeing some considerable winds. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to send some of these off to some of you folks here. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and give everybody an update. We do this on social media, so I'm going to take this just for our folks in Central Georgia. I'm going to kind of hit the News 3 viewing area first here to get the best analysis here, what we're looking at. And we're going to go ahead and add what we call a movie. And thanks for joining us here. We got a lot of folks coming in here. Yeah, thanks for answering Cannon's answer for me. I appreciate that. Yeah, Cannon, I'm riding solo tonight, brother. No, there's not been any tornadoes in Georgia or Alabama yet. There was tornadoes earlier today with that same line here that was way up in the Midwest because they were interacting with the heating of the day. So there's your warning for Macon County now. Just want to let everybody know. Georgia and East Alabama, it's in Chambers, and it's going to be clipping Lee County pretty soon. So Lee County, you can see that next line behind it, and we're going to watch that closely, just letting you know. Okay, so the time here is 10:29, 9:29 Central Time, and be ready for some strong and isolated damaging wind along this track. Here we go. And if you're with us here, of course, on YouTube, remember at 11 o'clock, we're going to sign off, and Facebook, and just join us on News 3 if you can. If you guys are not in the area, we'll be back with you immediately after our show. It would be half hour after Central Time, which would be 10:30 Central, 11:30 Eastern. Okay, we'll put this here. We're under a severe thunderstorm watch. Watch until this line passes through. It's impossible. You'll look at the severe thunderstorm, folks, and it'll say it expires at a particular time. It's going to expire. They give you a longer time. It'll expire once that line passes through, period. Yeah, Donnie, you're right. Got to watch out there. Those pine trees always make anybody nervous. And if they are near your house and you're afraid of that, Joanne Hutto, too, what is the time frame for Columbus area? About 53 minutes after the hour, Joanne. I'll give you a time here in just a second. Upson County out of the warning area now. No, it's close to Upson. It's clipping Upson, too. I'll show you that in just a bit in central Georgia. Once that whole line, let that line get through, and that's it. They're real bright, and I'm going to show you in a second. That's it, and that'll be over for you. And then we got a second one coming in. So this is going to be a lot faster, and at least it won't be through the whole overnight. In fact, a lot of this will be over for the Eastern time, folks, like 1 a.m. Eastern. That's it, maybe even 12:30 in the morning. And then we'll be watching East Alabama just a little longer. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and just update this. Just push that. All right. And okay, so Columbus around 11. Now it's 11:48. It's showing, but let me redo that. That line needs to be redone here, and we'll keep you all updated. And thanks for staying with us here as you're streaming on YouTube, Facebook, of course, WRBL.com too. So it's good to have you here. Okay, hang on a second, and all right. Okay. Okay. All right. So, and I'm going to take your questions in just a second. And I'm sorry, I'm just doing some regular housekeeping stuff, but keeping you guys updated at the same time. Okay. All right, let's go back over. Sounds like a late night for a lot of us. Some of us, yeah, but yes, Ken and I am from Buffalo, New York. I'll just be, so you're right, Midwest-ish. That's where I'm from. Most of my life has been away from Buffalo. That's what's kind of crazy. Never get rid of the accent. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, so we're still looking at this storm. And what I'm going to do right now, so folks are watching, let me show you over to Warner Robins area, Macon, even places like Milledgeville. You can see Forsyth, Georgia. We're seeing some hail through here headed towards Macon. So there's definitely hail right along Interstate 75 south and east. Wherever you see this line bow out, it's convex. That's where you've seen the strongest winds. That's why it's not everywhere along the line. Where you see the warning now coming into northern Harris County and Troop, that's what you're going to see potential of some more wind damage right along this line too. So that's going to come down. And I'll probably here in a second go back, once they see it get closer, go back on News 3 to let other viewers know that are at home on those areas that are not with us on here. And again, anybody watching us on any stream platform, including YouTube viewers, be mindful at the top of the hour, we're going to be off for 30 minutes, okay? Because we're going to be locally driven on News 3 due to some regulations. We're going to have some stipulations. We can't be live with local, certain commercials, national commercials, et cetera. So I want you to understand that. We'll be back immediately after that, just so you know. So I assume anybody who's not in the News 3 viewing areas, you guys are going to just have to wait for about 30 minutes. I appreciate you and your patience on that. Okay, so East Alabama, this is what we're looking at here. Let's get this next one here. This is the next one that's going to be coming towards Auburn. So Auburn, Tuskegee, if you're in these areas here, around 11:26 Central Time, okay? Dadeville, Prattville, you can see where you are in that same location. All right. Okay, so that's where that is right now. So we're keeping an eye on that. Okay, so the good news is once this comes through, folks, we're done. That's it. So we got to get through both of these. I have a feeling too. The more I'm looking at this behavior, how it's interacting with the next line, the second line, the second portion, may take more of a southeast trajectory. So even Columbus, Georgia, you may see another round coming up at 1:30. So you got that one coming up at around 53 minutes or a little after 11. And then you got another round that could be coming in Casita, Chattahoochee County around 2:24 in the morning. So, we got to look south and east. We got to consider our southeast counties too, and East Alabama. If what happens is too, sometimes once the atmosphere cools, the trajectory of the storm could change. This could actually come a little bit farther south like this. So East Alabama and Eufaula, that could continue too. So even places like Troy, Union Springs around 12:11 Central Time. So you got two different separate portions of these scale complex storms, okay? And what that means is they're waves that travel. They've been traveling hundreds of miles today and away from the front. And then the front will come in. When the front comes in, it may bring in, you get some clouds and breezy gusty conditions. And then there's a second one that zips through late on your Friday night. And it may bring in a few light showers. That's not going to be severe, so you don't have to worry about that. That'll be the backside of it. But it will clear for the weekend. It'll be a beautiful, cool spring day on Saturday. You're going to love Saturday. It's going to be a beautiful day and Sunday behind it. That's the plus side of this negative stuff now. How long will you be on after 10:30 Central? Cannon says until it's over. It looks like now maybe at least 2:30 in the morning Eastern. 3 o'clock, perhaps. Cody, Meteorological Nickel, will be here too to kind of hand the baton off to him. Never Too Nerdy asked a question: why are tornadoes not as much of a possibility this time? It's because of the storm setup. It's notice the trajectory of the storm. It's overland. You got a lot of like west to east orientation is going north and south. The tornadoes we call tilted axis. So to geek out here for a second. When you get fronts like this, you usually get, and this is just a very rough analysis, but what happens is with that, you usually get air moving this way, and the air along the line is going this way. And where it's crisscrossing, you get what's called shear and spin. And that's why we had that Sunday. You had better chances of tornadoes. And that's not saying you can't get tornadoes from front straight line winds. They can spin up. They're called wake lows. And a wake low can produce, we've seen it, January 13th in Troop County, asked folks outside of LaGrange and Valley 2 years ago, that was just like this, just a straight line wind event, and it spun up like its strength of an EF2. But this isn't likely going to happen because, and I can show you on the velocity scan, everything is straight. We don't see any kind of twisting or turning. In fact, you can see it quite clear here. See where it's bowing out? It's convex. That's where we look at the line, and that's where we end up seeing. Sometimes okay, so how's this thing behaving? Well, that's how we figure it out. So we could see that everything is moving forward. There's no kinking. and I think a lot of it's over land. You're not capturing a nice flow of moisture, and I don't mean that nice being good. I mean that if you don't have any good warm, humid air filling into it, feeding into the storm, it doesn't have that volatility or growth to lift vertically, and then it starts to get that meso or spin too with it. So there's a lot of dynamics. With this, is very forward moving. That's why there's a severe thunderstorm watch instead of the tornado watch. However, any kind of watch, whether it's a severe thunderstorm watch or tornado watch, you can have tornadoes. Just that's the rule of thumb. But with this, what we're seeing right now, I'm not seeing that at all. This is very uniform and forward moving. So right now what I'm going to do is look at this. You could see, for example, where the colors are red and green, where they meet, you don't see dramatic colors that are what we would say we would see them one right on top of the other. They're literally like almost a straight line, and that's what we call just like your gust front, okay? There's some areas along here we see negative that's moving away from the radar. And this particular line, there could be some embedded areas. So the most I'm seeing on this particular point where I'm doing now are probably just under 30. There's a 31 right now. You just click it so you can see it. So 30 to 20, but leading up to that, there are some areas on the line that could probably push up to 50 to 60. And we've already seen that, and that's what prompted this warning, because we actually already had winds like that. Doesn't mean everyone's going to see it, but it means to just, keep that in mind. So if I use the velocity and take it exactly where the wind velocity is in its latest scan, and this is coming out of Maxwell Air Force Base, the Doppler indicated radar. And this could be another time too for you, like 11:33 for Columbus, Phoenix City, Stewart County, Lumpkin. I'll take it as far as Lumpkin, Georgia, at around 1:40. Americus, Sumter County, 12:55. Casita, Chattahoochee County, 12:19. Then Clanton, Alabama, about 9:55 Central Time. Chicken says, is Americus having strong winds? It's breezy now, so right now not bad, but it potentially could get a little stronger, not until the overnight. So Americus, you're still good, so you need a few hours of Z's, go for it, and return back. But this is moving fast. I'll leave this up here so I could keep the velocity up. And I'm going to go back to radar here. So now you can see that little portion, Harrison Troop. So keeping this on live level 2 radar so I could get more data when I need it. I'm going to go ahead and get a sense of how large these storms are right now. So thanks for staying with us at WRBL.com live stream. YouTube, and you guys are really climbing up here on the YouTube channel, so we appreciate it. Stay with us. And folks on YouTube, especially my buddy Cannon and everyone else, just to remind new people that come on when we're on the news, I appreciate it. It'd be great just so they get the information that we're going to just dip out for a little bit and we'll come back. And it's in about 18 minutes. So 18 minutes Central Time, folks, East Alabama, West Georgia. In 18 minutes, we're going to be on News 3 exclusively, and we'll come back on YouTube channel, and we'll come right back to Facebook and WRBL.com. What I was going to tell you, too, especially YouTubers, and you're on there as well, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when we come back. That can help you, too. So if you're going to cook dinner or lunch or for tomorrow or whatever, you could do that. That's a good way of doing it. From Phoenix City, Glenn and Donna are out there. How you doing, Glenn and Donna? I don't think that's Donna, my Skywatcher. I know it's not her, but hello to you guys. Good to see you out there tonight. All right. Okay, so I'm looking at the storm. I'm just looking at the storm heights to see how we're doing here. You can see the anvil cloud in this. So that's this one big old straight line event. And it's almost what we call, to go back and we're going to nerd out again. This is what we call mesoscale convective complex, or MCC, or an MCS, a system. So a mesoscale convective system. It's a larger base system, a thunderstorm complex that produces strong damaging wind for hundreds of miles. And that's what this has been doing all day. We've been tracking this when it was way across the Midwest in Indiana this afternoon. And when it was in Indiana, there was one confirmed tornado that I remember seeing. But that's it. And that makes sense up there. They had the heating of the day really increased the heights of those storms that elevated a little bit higher, close to supercell strength, but not these. And it does help that the sun is set, but it's still very warm. It's coming in a very warm environment. A good portion of the system in central Georgia, as it bows out, the more it bows out like that, the more this portion is moving this way towards East Georgia and central Georgia down through here, okay? We're focused on the middle part of this, is right here, and then you got the Alabama side right here. You have that too. So we got two portions of it. So our area that we're going to be watching closely, obviously, will be this area right about here, okay? Okay. Any other questions? We got Phil Abston. Yeah, we appreciate you too. Thank you. Salem, Alabama says hello tonight. Our friends in Salem. I know you guys are always on edge. Beauregard, Salem, this brings us back to Smith Station and that in 2019. So we want to always be there for you guys and make sure everything's going okay. So, there you go. So we'll put it here. And we're going to go back here and we're going to go ahead and this whole line is probably not, let me do this again. I apologize. Again, we're going to go back, and I need to get a good handle on where we are on time on this storm. So it changes. They don't always stay the same speed. So the part that we're going to, this one around LaGrange, Troup County, going into Harris County, it's not in Harris yet, but that's what we want to see. And let me go back and check, make sure we have no storm damage that we're saying. Okay, so Henry County, which is the one going through Central County, for our friends that are in Macon, there's been a transformer fire, 2 trees on a house, 15+ tree down calls, multiple trees on Flippin Road. This is over in Henry County, Georgia. This is from Emergency Management reporting this. 1 multi-vehicle crash with injuries, 2 from, and we're thinking, I don't know if that's from a tree down. I can't confirm that, but just know Georgia Department of Transportation doing a good job clearing around the Henry County area. That's the portions of the storm we got to watch, and that is this portion right there that's headed towards Macon right now. That right there, that's that little guy there. It's going to be, it runs just to the south of Milledgeville to Roberta, and it goes south and east towards Warner Robins, okay? In the middle here, like Thomaston, Manchester, Pine Mountain, Buffalo, Simon, or Skywatcher, you're good right now. The main one in the news reviewing area right now, you're doing good in Roanoke, 5 points, is this portion. This is the only one in the news reviewing area right now that has any interest to everybody. So if you're right now, and I'm going to start getting more street level, the Marshall Williams Road area, Old West Point, Hadley Road, and it's the Eli Callaway Road, the Callaways all the way through Oak Grove. Just please get into a lower level. This will be on Georgia State Route 103 from South Progress Parkway to Whitesville and Hopewell, and that would be the Hopewell Church area as well. I'm going to go ahead and give us a time analysis here. We'll see how fast. In 1 hour, that traveled quite a bit. So we're going to bring it up just a little bit right about here to get as close as possible. Let's redo that. And what I'm doing here, I'm just taking the main point of that storm, and we're rocking it back for 1 hour. It's too hard to get this where we have it here. So I'm going to go ahead and give it again. And this is the part right here where it came out of Central Hatchie. I think we're picking up some serious steam here. So we're going to get another, a better accurate time here for you guys so I can get street level and tell you what's going on here. Okay. Just making sure it's meeting all that. Okay, 31 miles an hour. Okay. We're going to start right here, and let's get us at 31 now. So that changes it by 3 miles per hour. So it's picking up a little bit. I'm going to go 32 to keep you guys updated. So if it does, so this part right here, as it continues, if it stays on its track to Columbus, Georgia like this, I'm going to take it to North Columbus, but that would take about 37 minutes after 11 now. Barron, 20, that area, Mountain Hill, Harris County, Hopewell, 11, Sharp, and Longdale, Bibb City, and Columbus as well. You can see that around 11:40. Okay. I'm going to save that. I'm going to go to our next line here, and let's go across our Alabama counties. And let me make sure, let's go check our, we got to check our Birmingham side too. Okay. And let's see. I'm looking at these data feeds here. I'm just seeing what's up. Okay. So, folks, we're 5 minutes out before we go on News 3. Just want to let you know. So, if you can, please, I don't have any reports, any damage in the News 3 viewing area right now. Just let everyone know. And since it's not highly impacting, we're not on News 3, but we're going to be going on News 3 now in less than 5 minutes. So, if you're YouTube, remember, stay with us. Bottom of the hour, we're coming right back. Subscribe, hit the bell notifications. Y'all are doing great. 1,000 of you out here. Wonder what it's like in the morning after overnight. Weather live stream. Yeah. We'll be live streaming after midnight. I can guarantee you that. Hopefully we'll get done by 3 a.m. I'm thinking 3 a.m. we should be done with this whole thing. The way it looks right now, hopefully. And no damage. So if there's no damage with this. Okay, so Cody Ritchie. Oh, Cody, man, this is my friend Cody in East Alabama. How you doing, buddy? Doing good. That's great. And certain type of radar, I don't know what type we could, any other, except having your own radar, your live radar. So we're looking at the Alexander City one as well. So on that same path, if it continues in that same trajectory, and it could slip a little bit farther south, but Tuskegee around 11 o'clock Central Time, before midnight in Crawford, Ladonia, which is Eastern Time. Some of you guys still do Eastern, be 12 after 12 midnight. And Union Springs Central Time, 11:42. And Sheriff Brunson out there, good sheriff out there, and Mercy Management out there as well. So you guys just be ready. Stay with us then. Pardon me. It's 51 minutes after the hour right now, and I want you guys just to keep that in mind. So we're getting a better handle on timing, and this is what we typically do. This is what we do right here. This has been, it's funny, we had a couple different model runs today that did show the more of 11 o'clock coming into our northern counties and then coming after that. So YouTube, Facebook, WRBL.com. We're 3 minutes out from saying goodbye to you, but we will be back at 30 minutes after the hour. Please stay with us. It'll be 11:30 Eastern, 10:30 Central. Like, subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you go ahead and hit the bell notifications. I know there's right now several of you guys are out here waiting. Yeah, you got it, Cody. I appreciate you too. And yeah, and I thought my work schedule was crazy. Donnie says that's what happens when you do this. Imagine everybody that does this. The weather kind of dictates, and it's nothing like it used to be. Thank goodness that there's more ways of getting information here, but it does make us meteorologists work a lot more now. A lot more. So here we go. So we are certainly still looking at this. Okay, we're 2 minutes out now. Phil Scoggins will be here with the top news stories of the day. I'll be here with the weather throughout the whole newscast. And if something becomes, when I start seeing damage and anything life-threatening to property and that, it'll be nonstop coverage. But this event is going to be me dipping in and out on News 3. You can stay with us, and that'd be great. But we are going to come back to you guys, so hang out. A grant. I'm trying to think. Oh, there you go. Okay, let's see here. Let's go over to. Okay, folks. So we're gonna dip out before, because we have to do mic checks and we have to do some other things. So we're gonna be clearing you guys on our live streams. But again, we'll be back at 11:30 Eastern. If you guys can let everyone know on YouTube channel. Appreciate it. It'll be a slate up there, and so we'll be back. And we're 1 minute away from that. And again, the only counties right now that are going to be impacted, let me talk about the one in Alexander City. Let's talk about Alabama here side. Though if the warning continues, if you're in Tallahassee, Nottawasaga, Auburn, it would be roughly around 11 o'clock Auburn time. So you got a little over an hour and 10 minutes if you're in Auburn. for that next system, but it could still change trajectory and behavior because of the storm that's off to the west, just so you know. We're 30 minutes out. One last check for our friends here, of course, in Harris County. A little bit of hail. I'm seeing a little hail core. And right along Interstate 85 from the Johnson School, Whitesville, Mountain Hill, around quarter after the hour. We'll see you at 11:15 Eastern, 10:30 Central. You guys, we'll be back.
Level check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, now they get the line up here for that's a strong thunderstorm. We'll leave that there.
3 minutes.
Okay, everybody, welcome back here. Now we're starting to see these storms. They're certainly intensifying just a little bit. The good news is we're seeing this just under severe limits. Bad news is this is covering a lot of area across East Alabama. So we have a new track now, and this is going to include Columbus, Stewart County, Omaha, Northern Barber, Midway to Tuskegee. These are winds up to 50 miles an hour, as we're saying. So this could topple over trees quite easily. And we want you guys to make sure that you're up to speed on that. Okay, so let's see. We are back. Let me let these folks know. And we're Facebook streaming. And if we can, I'm going to make sure that I have. Okay, we got some folks that are back on here. Okay, there we go. Okay, we are back on stream here, and it's good to see everybody on here. So you guys are back here. So let's continue this track that's right. Yeah, that would be great if you can give that for me. Okay, so there we go. So this line of storms coming down is going to actually produce some strong winds. We don't have any damage right now from this, and we're checking this across Birmingham. We did earlier. So there is still some weakening trend when it gets beyond this track. And if that's the case, we're seeing winds still 40 to 50 to 30. But again, this is enough that we could still see these special weather statements showing up on your app. This means that you could still see some weakened trees. It doesn't take much since the grounds are so saturated like we had before, and that's going to be the case. So I want you to keep that in mind. So we got a severe thunderstorm warning in central Georgia. That remains. It's not in the news reviewing area. This is southeast of Macon for folks there on our YouTube channel that are watching from afar. So, and you have relatives or some interest out there. Other than that, right now, the portion that we're going to be monitoring over across west central Georgia, those are drifting south and east through Hamilton, Talbotton, and the next line right now that's coming through areas of Lee County is right across areas of Auburn. We could take that Auburn camera right now. Could we go to that Auburn camera, guys? And I'm going to show you the amount of lightning and the rain that's coming down here in the wind. And that's what you would see with the 40 to 50 mile per hour winds. And that's what you're experiencing right now. That is the southeast of the Auburn area in the campus now. So that's good news. It's out of there. All right. Now, once that slides south and east, Union Springs, Hurtsboro, Crawford, these areas here could be certainly an issue too. So keep that in mind. So, okay, what do we have after this? Okay, let's take a look at that. Let's go back over here. And I'm going to bring it back up a little bit so you guys can see that live camera and conditions out there. So once you have this in yellow, see the rest of that storm pass through, the watches are expiring. So you're in Tallapoosa County, Alex City, these areas are expiring out as soon as that line comes through. So this is a fast mover. We're at 11:46 Eastern Time and 10:46 Central. Good news is it is moving fast, and it is not creating a lot of flash flooding because it's not a slow mover. So again, areas across Beauregard, areas across Lee, Russell, Northern Barber, and we're talking about Bullock and South Central Macon County, south of Tuskegee. You're good. We're going to end up seeing these winds cranking up to almost up to 50 miles an hour. Now with hail size that is shrinking, so that means these storms are not as elevated as they were earlier. Not severe, but they're strong. Okay, let's see what you have to. You have a few folks concerns here. Okay. Yeah, really. No, folks are being a little silly here, but again, Auburn is not under a severe thunderstorm warning. No, Auburn is under a strong thunderstorm alert, which is just under that, but there's those hazards we got to watch for. I don't have any evidence right now. No, another question. There is no evidence of any damage with this right now. No. That's some good news. Tornadoes, we're not seeing that at this point, okay? So let's just go back here. Okay, let's take a look at this real quick here as we come back. Let you guys all know. All right. Okay, so we're live streaming and Waverly Hall and Ellerslie. Folks want to know, okay, we'll give Waverly Hall and Ellerslie right now. What is going on at Waverly Hall and Ellerslie? Let's just tell you what's happening here. We're just seeing some just general thunderstorm activity. And those thunderstorms are seeing winds up to 30 miles an hour. We could go ahead and check velocity on that and see exactly what we're talking about. So right here in Waverly Hall, let's just give you an idea what you see. You got some winds here that have been, these thunderstorms are producing in the teens, 22, probably got a couple 30s in there as well. So that's some good news. But even those 22 gusts can actually produce some small branches of snap. But we're doing okay. We're faring okay. That's the good news. The good news is that this is moving fast and we're not seeing those significant ones. A little bit stronger here. I can see around south of Tuskegee and shorter now. Now those are a little bit more significant. These winds here, 50 miles an hour, exactly why we're seeing it. So these winds here would have a little bit more concern. You're seeing 50 mile per hour winds, 37, 47. So if you're in Union Springs and you're in Hurtsboro, this could produce some damage to trees quite easily, just so you know. Not severe, but it doesn't have to be severe to do that type of damage. So this is what we're looking at, especially what happened on Sunday. So areas around Hector Midway, around 11:24 Central Time. Okay, so we still got less than an hour away, but 58 minutes that you guys can be seeing as Fitzpatrick, for example, Union Springs, but it is moving at quite a clip. So we can even get a new surface analysis on this, and I think it's worth doing because this is changing as it does hour by hour. So in the last hour, you could see the beginning of that. That started right around Titus and just north of Wetumpka. And these are the areas we're looking at. So we're talking about 39 to 40 mile an hour wind gusts right through here, 40, okay? All right. So let's just bring this to right now conditions right here. All right, pull this back here. Let's take it down a little bit. Okay, there you go. So Midway around 25 after 11. Union Springs around 11:09. So that's still, it didn't change it too much, but just a little bit. So at least we know where we're at here in that regard. So let's go back up. And we're going to knock that down. So as it slows just slightly, and that Crawford, you're not in it. If you're in Crawford, the strongest winds are right along that bright, where the bright red is. Maxwell Air Force Base here in Macon County outside of Montgomery. You could see how it's moving away from the radar site, and with that acceleration like that and that bright colors was popping is why we're seeing these winds. So 11:21, 11:30, Stills Crossroads, you're talking about some good wind gusts here for sure. Who else? Lightning, yes, there's obviously still a lot of lightning. Folks over in Tuskegee, south of 29, Alabama State Route 29, small hail and power is still out. And that makes sense with those 50 mile per hour winds. So power is out, and that's why you're joining us here on YouTube. Go ahead and click and like us and allow that bell notification too, because that helps out a little bit to give you that notification if you're going to step away for a little bit. Okay. So we got less than an hour for Union Springs. You follow these areas here. I'm going to look a little bit farther north here, and let's go back. I'm going to keep this here for just 1 second. Let me go back here. We're going to save this image, keep you guys updated, and see what we're looking at here. Okay, so strong thunderstorms, as we just said, coming out of Beauregard. So if you're in Beauregard, I'm going to say who's clear now. Auburn, you're seeing the worst of it is out. It's in Marvin, Little Texas, going into Lee County Panhandle, up through areas. Beauregard, you're just seeing it pass by right now, the worst winds. So you're going to be okay. It's still got some thunder, and you still got some heavy rain back out even as far northwest as Waverly and Lee County. If you're in Smith Station, Ladonia, and Crawford, the winds will pick up a little bit here to about like 20. I only saw 20 gusts through here, so that's some good news, even Columbus. And that's not saying it couldn't take down a little branch here and there, but the good news is Columbus, Pine Hill, you should be okay. That comes up around after midnight, around 12 minutes after. For Columbus residents, that is, you guys are wondering. Okay, will Americas have hail? I cannot tell you that. Impossible to tell. Setup is there, yes, because you guys are pretty untapped. That means you haven't seen any as much dense cloud cover this afternoon and that, so there's a good chance you could see a little hail. Some of those thunderstorms get up to 30,000 feet. Tuskegee, yeah, we got another one of the message. Tuskegee is some power outages around Tuskegee, but it is past you now in Tuskegee. Sherry Tucker, I'm here. They're asking where I'm at, I think, as I was but now I'm split on the screen. Sometimes I'll be on the screen, this depends. I want you to see the radar. That's more important than seeing me, I guess, but it's okay. They could show me too at times if you'd like. Columbus, I'm going to take you to Columbus metro area. And again, if you're looking at areas, even Highland Park, we get into Olka Park, get to South Columbus around 12:13 after midnight in the morning. Pine Hill, 22 minutes after. Crawford, back up a bit. This is just around midnight. Crawford and Ladonia, like guys, if you're in Russell County, by the way, you know, of course, you're in Eastern time. Smith Station, just under 11 o'clock Central time, your local time. And anyone across west central Georgia right now, you're not seeing any strong thunderstorms, just general thunderstorms. Waverly Hall, South Harris County, we're talking about Ellerslie. Waverly Hall, you're clearing right now. The worst is over in this area, just to have you know. Talbotton, same thing. It's just very disorganized. 2 thumbs up in my book. That's what I like to see. So we can tell this thing to just do its own thing. But it doesn't mean we can't see some re-intensification coming out of East Alabama. Because basically what's happening now, that second Boeing echo that I was talking about earlier, let me just give you an idea here. The second one earlier, right through here, this, my friends, as it comes down in this direction, still will probably, and it looks like it wants to follow that trajectory. We'll take it in Richland, so we'll go to Stewart County, we'll go to Clay County, Quitman County, Randolph County, including Cuthbert. We're talking about Fort Gaines. We're talking about Eufaula in the Alabama side, Casita. This is over here in Chattahoochee County. Fort Benning now, right here in Columbus, from midnight all the way to 2 a.m. into Randolph County. So we're talking about at least another 2 hours for it to be that far south. And by that time, we're probably going to see this almost coming to an end. We're going to probably be able to let it go. But I want to make sure at this point no damage is being seen. And it has a lot of people on edge from that. So the good news is these are just general thunderstorms right now if you're watching. And right now I'm getting reports of no power in Crawford, Alabama. I know the storms sound bad, but you got about 50-mile-an-hour winds. And I'm sure trees have toppled over that. And I can almost guarantee you those trees have knocked some power out, just so you guys know. Who else is, I wanted to see who else is, oh my gosh, could you guys pull up Alabama power if you can? Tallapoosa power, just more Alabama power, and we could show you those outages too, okay? So Columbus, okay, yeah, no problem. We're going to have that up for you in about a minute, folks, the power outages, because there's a lot of power outages that I'm getting reports on. And let's go ahead and we'll add that in our chat. We'll go to Alabama. Let's see, we're seeing 55-mile-per-hour gusts that were at the Auburn airport. I want to see numerous power outages from viewers. That are seeing, okay, yes, if you can do that. Thank you. We're talking about our power outages here. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to walk over here. So you can see right now in here, we're already starting to see from Tallahassee, and they're coming in here around the Churchill area. These areas here, customers out, probably about 500 to 2,000, Reeltown to Churchill, Kent area. They're not, the ones that are reporting it now, they're not probably popping in here outside of Lochapoka. We had Beauregard, here's Beauregard, but it doesn't look too bad right now. Beauregard looks about up to 50. So Beauregard has got 1 to 50 that are out. And that's good for you guys. Mount Meigs, shorter area. So again, just letting anyone know, there's no severe storms, just strong thunderstorms, winds up to 50 miles an hour right now in some of this line, and it's knocking lots of trees down as it came out of Montgomery County. If you're in the Montgomery area, there's reports of, not a lot, but we're just seeing some reports of several areas of seeing some outages that are out there. So this is Alabama power exclusively, not talking about Tallapoosa power. We'll see that when it comes into southern Russell County probably. Okay, so right now 627 active outages. When you have that, there's about 33,000 customers affected according to this here from Alabama Power. And that's out of over 1,500,000 customers. So it's not a huge percentage, so that's some good news. But not good for the ones that, I know for you guys, you're like, Bob, 33,000 of us are affected, but in these areas you could see, and they're all coming in. These areas just merely mean, it doesn't mean 14 out, but these are the reports that came in. But you can see the numbers over here. If you go to their website, Alabama Power, you'll see active outages 627, 33,000 customers affected. And this has been mainly, again, around the Kent area, Reeltown, and areas around Tallahassee. And we said even Beauregard and Lee County, 1 to 50, they've been out. And so that's what we're looking at, some of those areas there. And that's primarily because of this line. And when you have that, now we got a severe thunderstorm warning now. So I think they just did that because they're seeing the amount of trees that are going down. So we do have a severe thunderstorm warning now for this area here and a lot of power outages. And that's going to be clipping probably right outside of Columbus, Georgia, Phoenix City for sure. You're in that. So what I'm going to do right now, folks, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and post this. Okay. And give you guys an update here. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so we're going to add that on there. We have across Alabama active outages. Okay. So a lot of this is, folks, is what happened on Sunday. There's so much stress that just the linesmen have been out there working day and night, and there's still so much weak trees, and you've had 5 to 6 inches of rain in this area, and that just is obviously that's it. It's the tipping point when you get this wind that comes in here. So on this, for Barber, Bullock, Macon, and Russell, severe thunderstorm warning with winds up to 60 miles per hour, and that will be at least until, even though we're going to see this severe thunderstorm warning until midnight central, it's less than an hour. So I'm going to do this real quick. Will be numerous areas with trees snapping and toppling over. Okay? Toppling over. The end result will be okay, let's see. Heavy rainfall too in this area here we're seeing, and we're going to keep it to small hail. This will continue likely along this entire track. Okay. This will continue along this entire track, and this environment is still quite unstable. There you go. So okay, so that's where we're at right now. Okay, alrighty, there we go. So right now we have severe thunderstorm warning for Barber, Macon, Bullock counties. I'm looking on here too. Still looking at about 54 mile per hour wind gusts, and that definitely can pack quite a punch. Union Springs, Hurtsboro, and western Russell County as well. Let me get over to you guys here. Hail in Phoenix City right now. We have hail in Phoenix City right now. So let's see where we are with that. And get over in Phoenix City. And okay, let's go over to Phoenix City here and get you see what we have here. And this is what we call our hail quarry. Let's see where we're at here. Okay, I see a little bit in Columbus now. That same storm, even Ellerslie has a little hail. This is real small hail, guys. That's good news, too. So let's put this in here, and let's give our hail quarry here just a little workout. So right around Turnberry Lane, about 0.4 of an inch. So we're looking at 0.2 of an inch, almost like pea-sized hail to maybe in North Columbus around, not quite in Flat Rock, but that could be just right around penny-sized hail right through here, okay? There was some of that same core probably was over at Phoenix City, guys. So, yeah, you easily could have seen that as it continues through that area. And we'll keep the hail core quarry up just like that for you. Let's get back to the storm and see who's next right in this area. So from Hurtsboro back into these areas too, that's what we're looking at. So it continues. See a considerable amount of wind. Okay. Sherry Tucker, you can't weather a storm without me. Yep, I'm with you. Hail in Phoenix City right now. Thanks for this. We got Windsor Park seeing hail now in Columbus. This is small hail, guys. This wouldn't be the damaging type hail. That's the good news, like it was north of our counties earlier this evening. All right. I think that's Opelika is clear from any of the severe stuff. Yes. Flat Rock Park, you're seeing hail there now. That makes sense. Still a lot of thunder and lightning in the area. Absolutely. Even after the storm passes, we're going to see that. Herman Davis, hail in Midland. Yeah, that would be Midland, Muskogee. Seeing hail. It's interesting. Along this portion of the storm, we're seeing the hail and not so much along the severe thunderstorm and that updraft. But that's what's happening right there. So we're talking about areas here. So let's just see. I'm curious why Muskogee County. We're probably going to see a severe thunderstorm warning here. I wouldn't be surprised if one is issued here, guys, for Columbus. We have trees down now, emergency management. Trees down at Lee Road 58 and Lee Road 57 in Auburn right now. Reports of trees right along Lee Road 58 and Lee Road 57. We have trees down in that area, guys. We have trees down in that area. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Our reporter, Elizabeth White, lost 2 huge trees in her yard. We just can't see right now. She's got some, I'll tell her to go to YouTube. Go to YouTube stream. So there's a lot of damage in East Alabama from this line, as we suspected it would because of what's happened on Sunday. I'm still waiting to see if we get a severe thunderstorm in North Columbus here, just from Muskogee County southward. And we're going to see if they're going to pull that. And I'm going to go ahead and get ourselves, let's just see what we got over here. I want to see the elevation of these storms. They're pretty high up, so. Okay, let's go back into this. And, okay, there we go. Okay, so the elevation of these storms are not as high as you think, so that's some good news. I'm not seeing it, but we are still getting hail with them, and it's the wind that is the big story here, as we pretty much have been saying all week. East Alabama getting hit quite hard. So again, if you're to Lee Road 58, Lee Road 57 in the Auburn area, and I wouldn't be surprised to be close to our East Alabama reporter who's reporting huge trees down in some of the yards. That's the kind of wind. It was 54 there at the Auburn airport, so that makes sense that you would see that. With this root system completely stressed out, loose soils, little wind, that's what happens. All right. There we go. So that's what we're looking at right now. All right. Kyle. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Kyle was just saying, he goes, there was nothing going on, and I didn't think anything was happening. He goes, you're right, the sky just opened up. That's what we expect. I'm getting all very similar reports. You guys are right. I keep getting your hail reports. So keep them in. Keep them going. We updated. Birmingham's getting that updated as we speak. Let's check our Georgia side and see what's happening right now. The west central Georgia side of the storms are about 40 to 50, if you're wondering. And but the strongest one, the portion of this whole line, is right here, as we're just telling you. So it runs almost into Chatco in Georgia. And now we're going to be talking about Eufaula. You're in that severe thunderstorm warning polygon. And that'll take it right till about midnight local time. So it's about 50 minutes, for at least for the next 50 minutes central time, Midway, Louisville, Baker Hill, Eufaula, Howe, and even into Stewart County. We're going to be seeing these storms. And we're talking winds up to 60. We've seen 55. We clocked it. I'm going to go street level here in just a minute. I want to see what's going on our... and you could see how defined that is. Let me point something out here. It's clear with this mesoscale convective system through Macon County, okay? That distinct color, that bright red moving away from Maxwell Air Force Base. That forward-moving straight-line winds, just so you know, that's what is producing all that wind right now as we speak. So what are we looking at? 41 here, negative, moving away 42. So that this is still cranking out. And even behind it. So we got a lot of wind here, guys. And it's all moving forward. So that's what's happening all south of Montgomery. And that's why we're seeing a lot of the damage across Lee County, which had a 54. And we saw that ourselves. We actually saw the 50, 54. These are not tornadic, no. People are wondering. Okay, Pike County Emergency Management, which is interesting because we're not even in Troy yet. And right now, reporting 20 to 25 trees on roads. This is emergency management. Jimmy Trotton, emergency management, reporting trees in Pike County on roadways, several power outages, and several motor vehicle accidents involving trees. One vehicle with the tree and power lines on it. That's dangerous. And power company on the scene right now. No injuries. That's some good news right now across that portion of Pike County in Alabama. So if this continues here, if you guys can just shut my mic off for 1 second, I'm just going to dip out just one. Okay, folks, thanks for staying with us here on YouTube, Facebook, WRBL.com. Allow push notifications. Kevin Roble, chief photographer, pea-sized tail. Yeah, this is a lot here going on. So we need people to know. If you want to share this too, let folks know if they're out of power. They could certainly be informed here. If you get those notification alerts and go ahead and subscribe, that'll be good, and share it. Facebook, same thing. And we're at WRBL.com. We're going to go live on News 3 here in probably less than 4 minutes, and we're going to let our viewers know, and I'll let you know what I'm doing, because it's becoming a little bit more significant here. And people, let me just tell you something. If you ever get caught up, and this is the bad thing, if something ever happens where a power line is on a vehicle, you've got to be real careful. Never get out. Wait for, as long as the car's not on fire. Stay inside safely, call emergency like this one folks did here in Pike County. And the reason why I say that is because you could get electrocuted that easily. And if you're touching the side of the vehicle and you're grounded, if you're ever near it and you have no choice, it's smoking, you got to hop, skip, and jump. Never stay still because you'll get electrocuted. You got to run, skip, jump, skip. Never have 2 feet. Just always keep shuffling and be safe. But always call 911 first, and they will get you out, like the rescue that happened down in Pike County. So that's some good news there. Some thanks. Hail on north side. Yep, that was in North Columbus. Let's see what else. You're very welcome. Thank you for that. We appreciate that, but we're here to help you. Let me see. No, I never get sleep weather sounds, that's for sure. I'm also Warm Springs area, a lot of thunder. Yep, thank you for that. And just keep in mind, if you have no power, this is the best way to get your information too, if you want to continue to see that as we're streaming. Emma. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, puppies get scared. I know our animals, that she just said, it's not a good thing. If you hold 1 second, folks. Guys, can you dip my mic down just for a second and just this? Thanks. All right, folks on YouTube, we're going to be going live on News 3 here in just a moment. When we'll be over in Columbus until this whole line, there's still a lot of energy behind it. Anybody in Omaha, Richland, you follow Baker Hill, this is midnight Central Time, 12:30 within the next hour. There's the potential of seeing even more considerable damage. We're seeing a lot of trees down from Auburn all the way down this whole line. East Alabama got hit quite hard, and there's a lot of trees down with those winds that were 50. Still severe thunderstorm warning coming all the way down this area, and a strong thunderstorm alert right here. So we'll be live on News 3 in about a minute, and we'll let you guys know on YouTube stream. So they're about 30 seconds right now. So we're going to keep this going here. And here you go. Let's just take this. You can see where it's bowing out, and that's where it's coming down here. So we're going to be watching this whole line, which could take it all the way down into Troy and Americus. So that's what we're going to be watching. So just stay with us here on YouTube. We're going live right now on News 3. Okay. Good morning. Chief Meteorologist Bob Jeswell here. Good morning. It's 19 minutes after the hour, after midnight Eastern Time, 11:19 Central. Along this track, we've been having numerous reports of trees down, vehicles that we're seeing power lines on. This is a big event. Winds were mainly 50 above this. Weakened trees have been snapping. Auburn having reports. We got them confirmed. Hail reports and lightning, numerous amount of lightning. Nothing severe across the Columbus, Georgia side, but along that track, strong thunderstorm alert, so winds up to 50. Severe weather coming right out of Barber County into Russell, into Barber County, and Pike County, where we have 20 trees, numerous trees down, emergency management reporting, and multiple vehicle accidents, 2 hitting trees. That's why anyone along this track should not be out and about right now. I would already prepare even as far south as Fort Gaines. So if we were to take it this far south, even America's folks have been asking, we're streaming on YouTube. You can, when we get off of this, you can subscribe and stay with us on our YouTube channel. If you have no power, we're going to get you covered. Over here, we got you on Facebook at WRBL.com, but YouTube, we're streaming and we're keeping you all updated. Subscribe and you can hit the bell alerts while you're there as well. But to the south and east of this whole track, it will continue at least for the next 2 hours we're going to be looking at. So expect nothing but wind. These are not tornadic, but this wind is could be very hazardous because of the fact it's taking down a lot of trees. That will continue even across the Georgia side, which would come right out of Chattahoochee County, and that would include Sly County. That would include everybody here in Webster County, Marion County. We're talking about areas around Clay, Quitman, Randolph, Sumter counties, and across our Alabama counties. It continues across Bullock, Southern Russell, all of Barber, portions of Pike, which is just out of our viewing area, but this is this entire line. So just keep this in mind. This will be quite hazardous. We'll keep you updated if anything else changes and we get any confirmed situations or anything that could become even more life-threatening. So just take it easy here. Stay with us at WRBL, streaming, YouTube, and of course right now you can actually get your latest right here from the flow code. It's on your screen to keep us updated throughout the night and push notifications. Be safe, and we'll see you over on the YouTube channel. Okay, welcome back to the YouTube channel and folks that are over here as well. It seems to be a really long delay. If you guys are watching this, this is, I can't believe the delay that's on here. And I'm going to let, if you guys could take my mic down just for a second, I'm going to go ahead and call one of my guys. All right, welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. You are actually only, there's only a few second delay, so I'm glad. I just want to double check something. Columbus, Georgia, it's already through Columbus, Georgia right now. So, I mean, if you're in Columbus, Georgia, we're seeing the strongest storms coming through right now. So Columbus is clearing now. You already had some hail. If you're in Fort Benning, it's starting to come in Chattahoochee County. It is east of 431, getting into areas around Osahatchee, 165 south, southeast of Sanford Road right now. So we're doing pretty good through there, getting down into Barber County too. That's what we're looking at. Okay, so what do we have here? So let's continue. So all the way down in the Clay Quitman and Randolph. This is what we're looking at. So Richland, 1249. Eufaula around 1157. Cuthbert around 124. So that's where we're at. Let's talk about a few folks here. It's been there was no tornadoes with this, but yeah, we're talking. Some folks are talking about Sunday, and Sunday had a lot to do with a lot of these trees coming down now along that track. In fact, numerous reports, and we're going to see that as well. I'm going to go to this here real quick. I want to make sure everybody sees. We'll see if those damage reports. They're going to take some time. Folks want to see damage reports. It's going to take a little while here, guys, for a lot of those coming in here. Just letting you know. But we have lightning reports too. So we also have. Let's see what the lightning is if we had a fire. God forbid here. Let's just see what we have here. And these are just lightning. So we had lightning struck a transformer on Lee Road 602, and it is on fire in Ladonia. So all this lightning certainly has been considerable. So this is for folks in Ladonia. Lightning struck a transformer on Lee Road 602, and it is flaming right now. And it's already been dispatched. That was at 10:41, which is 11:41. So it's been more than a half hour, and I would safe to bet. I bet you we have folks there on the scene. Okay, let's talk about some of these reports on the trees going down. And it's going to be a lot of storm reports coming in here. Auburn, trees reported down in Auburn, including on Lee Road 57 and 58. We talked about that. And there's more. I've gotten reports from other viewers, not even in that area or close to that area, actually. So we're seeing some of those reports right now. What is Jeswald's tiredness report? I don't know. Just thank goodness I could still stay afloat here, I guess. That's it. Only one cup of coffee today is all I had. That was earlier. Okay, so just got to say a prayer, brother. That's what you do. You say a prayer, and you just ask for some help there. Okay, reports are coming in from the north to south, and they'll be coming in even more. It's too hard for these guys to go out and try to do it. There's a lot of power lines down, folks. I would not recommend you going in these areas at all. Please leave it to the first responders. They know. Linesmen know that they're down, okay, because the technology will be able to get it. If you feel like the need looks like something's on fire or whatever, just call your local emergency, and they'll get out there. Let the first responders do it so you're not having to be rescued by them and causing more of a hazard, please. Thank you. Stewart County, Richland, Benevolence area, Eufaula, Clayton. You can see all these areas here. We're still seeing the threat of seeing even more wind damage, trees toppling over from Eufaula, Clayton to Benevolence. This will continue right through. We're on 1 o'clock Eastern time when it's on the Georgia side, of course. Other than that, we're seeing Stewart County just around 12:57 before the 1 o'clock hour. Okay. Power, yep, more power out. 29, I guess that's in Tuskegee, right? Flooding in their front yard. A lot of that flooding, guys, in Tuskegee, this is moving fast. You didn't need much. You probably had close to about a half an inch of rainfall on top of saturated grounds. That's probably why you're seeing some runoff. So I'm surprised we'll probably start getting some urban stream flood advisories. I'm not downplaying that, but you see any standing water, never cross it anyway. You don't know if this road washes away, but I can assure you that's going to drain off quickly. People are asking, still thunderstorms behind it. You can see it's clearing in our northern counties. So let me show you where it's clearing right now. In Meriwether County, nobody's watching us here, but this is the extreme northern portion, but Luthersville, Greenville, our friends in LaGrange, you guys are clear right now. 5 Points, just some light rain. Lafayette, you're okay. West Point Valley, even though you're seeing moderate to heavy rain, some thunder still, the worst is over for you. Harris County looks good right now for any severe threat. The severe threat in Harris County is over. Lee County, the severe threat's over. Just a lot of cleanup. Please stay off the roads if you have no business to have to be out there. Thank you for that. Yeah, it still sounds bad in Crawford. You guys are asking. So just to let you know that, that it powers out still. Yeah, it's going to be, it seems bad, that lightning. There's a lot of thunder, a lot of energy with this. It was in the upper 70s yesterday. So we're going to continue to monitor this line. coming up around midnight. We got about 30 more minutes for areas around Eufaula. And I'm going to point out, too, we're on the Georgia side. We'll go ahead and we're going to update everybody here. We got Clay, Quitman, Randolph County, Marion, Stewart, Webster, Chattahoochee, winds up to 40. And that'll continue through at least 1 o'clock in the morning, which is 30 minutes from now. And that would correlate, that also will correlate with everybody that's, just so you know, that everybody that's on the Alabama side, okay? Even though the Alabama side has a severe thunderstorm warning, that's weakening, just letting you know. So the good news is that's not really posing any big threat like we saw up in Auburn, but it's still, can still knock trees down. So if any of these storms, when they collapse, they go from a mature stage, it can really create a lot of issues. We're going to go ahead and update social media posts for folks that are not on YouTube. If you're subscribing, liking us, and at least when you're in this form here too on our YouTube channel, go ahead and allow the bell notifications when you do that, so you'll be notified. Okay. Bad storms in Neshoba County. Still have power in Opelika. Good news, Opelika. At least we got finally got somebody who's got some power. Good. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and update some social posts here. More tree damage is coming in here. And this will continue, especially by the time daytime comes through and these storms end. So I want you all to be very mindful of that. Okay, so we'll say midnight Eastern, we'll say midnight Central Time and 1 a.m. Eastern Time. We will see this system. I'm going to make sure we'll go over here. I'm going to see how it looks on this. Yeah, Pike really got hit hard. Pike County, 25 trees on roads, and that was at 11 minutes after the hour it was reported. Russell County, tree down. This is from Dave Martin. Tree down with power lines on Highway North Herring Road. Fire department en route. Tree down with power lines on Highway 80. So at North Herring Road. So I want folks to know that. Okay, go back down over here. Hold on one sec. Okay, so we want folks to keep that in mind here. Let's just go give a... So we have many trees down across our entire news reviewing area. Please use extreme caution. Hazardous travel, and this will be interesting as far as morning cleanup. I would check. Somebody's asking, yes, schools close. We don't do that. We're not in the business of closing schools, but I would definitely call those counties, especially Lee County, those now Russell County, and there may be some delays because of power outages. Yes, let me get you here for a second and just stay with us. And here we go. Let's get some of these updates for everybody. All right, let's get back in here. Okay. See on the Georgia side here. All right. So a lot of East Alabama, we're seeing the pretty hard hit here through here. And damage Damage reports across East Alabama. Okay. I'm going to ask my guys, the News 3 guys, too, again, when there's another opportunity to cut in on News 3 for any of the viewers over there, too, we need to, just to give people an update to stay off the roads. Emergency management is wanting us to do that. 5 minutes, okay, so in 5 minutes we'll do that. Let's take advantage of that. It's getting real here, okay, so. We will see this line continue to contain winds up to 50 miles per hour. Numerous reports. Let's go over here. Reports of lines, trees down. All right, let's see. Let's get to okay, let's see here. Okay, let's publish that right now. Okay, the severe thunderstorm watch got some good news now. Has expired. I'm happy to report. So let's start talking about this system. Let's get a little closer, hoping to see it weakening. And its reflectivity, the good news is it's all going to be damage cleanup now, but we're going to continue to see this line, and we're going to stay with you until this is over. But the good news is this thing should be coming to an end at least. I'm going to even take it up a little bit farther north. Hang on, folks. Because we are looking at this ending a lot earlier than we originally had. So that's some great news. So this would be probably accurate. So Cuthbert and Randolph County, Dawson, Benevolence, these areas here, till at least 1:42 in the morning. So we're talking about another hour of this, and maybe even less. And when that happens, it's just going to be just general thunderstorms. And then we have to watch for, obviously, any extra areas that could be with damage that people have to watch out for. We have road completely blocked at location. That's what makes it dangerous, folks. Hit that. We have a tree down in Lee County, a tree down at 509 Lee Road 188 in Auburn right now. Okay. Let's see. Wind is picking up here in Eufaula. Yeah, you guys are feeling the outflow winds right now. No, yeah, I am going to go to bed early, Cannon. We're going to go to bed early, that's for sure. We're not going to be here till 5 in the morning like we were on Sunday, thank goodness. Yeah, that's good. Kyle, you have a good night. Thanks for all your updates. Power good now in Bleecker. Great news. Yeah, I totally agree with it. Thanks, Kyle, for that. Yeah, things are more important than sleep. You're right. You sleep when it's over. I agree with you. Sleep doesn't come until it's over. I'm with you. You got to get the main thing served. You wouldn't want a surgeon to say that to you, would you? Hey, I got to get some sleep. Can't work on you. So we're continuing to see some of these areas. Let's see some of the damage reports that we've been looking at. Excuse me. Give me just a sip of water. Now we're getting reports in Lee County and Opelika now. There's some power outages there. We'll go back to the map. Oh, the power map is starting to really light up right now without power. But multiple trees reported down in Opelika. This is right along 51. So if you guys know that, Alabama State Route 51, County Road 51-2, you could see it in 80, right to Lee Road 40. This goes right into there as a Beauregard too. So a lot of trees down here across that area. And how far away we are from News 3? 1 minute out, okay. And let's see what we got here. Okay, we got some hail. I'm going to show you some hail from our... Okay, so we'll be watching that. 40 seconds. Okay. Stay with us. Okay, good morning. All right, good morning. This is Chief Meteorologist Bob Jeswell. Quick update again. Emergency management does not want anyone on the roads. If you can be advised now through areas of Lee County, we're talking about numerous trees down and power lines down, especially on US 80 north of Herring Road. Fire department is still there. They're en route right now. Block roadway on US 80. Power lines are on fire. We got transformers that have been obviously impacted as well. These are just a few of the reports, but there's many more coming in. If you're anywhere along this line, at least until the next 20 minutes, we're going to be watching this for potential more damage, which would include a little bit on the Georgia side too, although we're seeing numerous reports across East Alabama. If you're in Macon County, Lee County, Russell County, Union Springs all the way down into Barber County is starting to come in right through about 12 minutes after the hour Central Time. Randolph County Eastern Time, Cuthbert around 1:35. So really do not go out unless you really have to be out there if you're a first responder. Trees are down at Lee Road 58 and 57 in Auburn. Trees on houses toppled over. Tree down on Highway 80 and 51 in Opelika. Tree down on 600 Lee Road 40 in Opelika, and numerous power outages as well. Tree down and power lines, Highway 80s. We're talking about Herring Road. They're still there. And we're talking about emergency management across Lee County too, 509 and 188 in Auburn. Tree down on 1295 Lee Road. These are areas just to watch out for, and this is why there's no power. So stay indoors if you can. We are live streaming on YouTube. You can come over there, subscribe, keep you updated as we continue throughout the night. We'll let you know this morning if anything else becomes more hazardous. You can also go ahead and just check this flow code to get the latest weather updates in the WRBL radar app. But we want to keep you informed. We're on Facebook, WRBL.com, and YouTube streaming right now. Subscribe, hit the like button, and of course we'll give you those notifications when you need them the most. Have a safe morning. Please stay off the roads and stay with us here. News 3 will keep you updated. Back on YouTube here. Welcome everybody on YouTube channel. We're still coming back and letting you know. Yeah, this has been, you're right, this has been, a lot of folks are asking. Montgomery is clear right now from the worst part of this. So folks in Montgomery County are good. 20 minutes it may expire, but I think even Barber County, they may extend it in there, but we'll see. We haven't been seeing much. It looks like this is weakening considerably. That's some great news. And it looks like it's, you could see where most of the action is even farther off to the east a little bit. You can see a lot of lightning in central Alabama as the rest of that kind of moves south of Montgomery. So Montgomery's clear, pardon me, as we continue to see this line drift a little bit farther south. So we have a strong thunderstorm alert. The severe thunderstorm warning has expired. I want to see too if you guys are looking at any of these watches. The good news is these watches have been kind of expiring out too. And you can see the outflow winds here. And now we're continuing it down. Strong thunderstorm alert for Clay, Quitman, Randolph, as I told you it would. And that, again, that's going to go right till about 1 o'clock Eastern time with that same line. So if you're in Richland, be prepared for some strong winds. You just had that gust front come through. That's what we call it. And we'll take it down in this same direction here. And if you are in Eufaula, around 14 minutes after the hour, so you got another half hour in Eufaula with some strong gusts. you're not under a strong thunderstorm alert, and it looks like winds are less than 40. That still could topple over some weakened trees, but the strength of the storm as it came in kind of really ripped all the way through as far south as Macon and Russell County, and everything north got hit hard. Georgia side, we did have some hail in those areas as well. I have some hail that I can show you. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and tell our guys, I'm going to put this hail that's from Smith Station on our site here, and this is from our chief photographer in Smith Station. He had some small hail reported, and we'll be able to do that as well and see what we have. And we're going to save that and put it in what we call our system. So we're going to put in our flight system here. I'm going to stay on this track. Any other questions? There you go. Power back on in Crawford and Tallapoosa. They're doing great. Do you guys want to take the Alabama Power real quick? And we can go to Georgia Power too, because there's a lot of outages in Georgia Power too. I don't mean to leave them out. But right now, active outages are 647. It looks like that needs to be refreshed. It's got to be more than that. I'm thinking it was the exact same before. If we get a little closer there, I feel like that could, is that refreshed? Is that refreshing? Let's see. Yes, yeah, I will I'll let you guys know on that. It's coming your way. But as you could see in there, many of you, if you read that left part of your screen, the power outages, it seems like it's a little bit better. We have active across, for Alabama Power, I'm not talking about Tallapoosa, there could be more, but from what we can see on Alabama Power, that's definitely, we're seeing some of that as well right now. And just bear with me for a second. I'm just going ahead. I'm updating. I want to show you folks on YouTube what I'm talking about. So you can see some of the hail that's still coming down. And this will be about the size of it. And that's good as pea size. We don't want any significant damage. That's the good news. Just glad not to see that. Smith Station hail, I'm going to call this. And, okay. Let's do this real quick. All right, okay. It's there. I'll give you guys a thumbs up. It's there right now, and you just let me know when you want to take it. Okay, so for our YouTube guys, we're going to show you some of that. Appreciate you too. Thank you, SLB. We appreciate you. Yeah, at least now it is weakening. The good news is this is not going to be an all-night, overnight. Yeah, and of course, if this, we're not talking about, there's still going to be showers and storms. But as you see what we're looking at, we look at these outflow winds right here. And these outflow winds right here, this is what we call gust front. That's that little skinny line coming through Pike County, which already, in Pike, Georgia got hit hard. But Pike, Alabama, just being a lookout, we're going to see some strong winds headed towards you now. Barber County, Eufaula too. You could see that gust front just came through Eufaula. And those gust fronts earlier up in Chambers, Troop, and Merriweather last night were actually bringing 45 to 50 mile an hour winds. And that wasn't even a physical line. And clearly we saw what happened. And that's why we kept you guys updated. We want to make sure you knew that this is going to be a hazard, keeping you off the roads. There's a lot of multi-vehicle accidents that were reported, especially in central Georgia. Now, still Chattahoochee, Marion, Stewart, Webster. Those winds could still contain this. Richland looks a little strong here, and it's coming right towards Webster County and into Sumter County. So if you're in Richland, it's right over you. Lumpkin, it's right over you. Preston, Weston, Plains, these areas here. Webster County Elementary School at 12:55 in just about 6 minutes. 10 after the hour, Plains and Sumter County. Watch for that. Weston and Webster County, Preston, you'd be in it as well from 12:55 to about 1 o'clock at the top of the hour. Keep that in mind. The rain has just started in Americus, Georgia. Yeah, you could see that. It's some light rain that's coming up in there too. You're going to see it. And of course the radar picking up a lot of light rain at the surface a little lower, but the heavier rain is in red, and that's headed your way right now, and you can see that line. So this line here should be weakening, and I'm going to bring it into America. So I'm going to show you where the heaviest rain and precip will be coming in for the rest of our counties. And then we'll probably mark this. This is what we're talking about. The time this comes all the way down into Cuthbert and Abbeville, which is just right out of our viewing area, to about 111 Central. So we're talking about, that's 111 Central time. It's 12:49, it's almost 1 o'clock. So about an hour as it gets down through these areas. But I'm thinking at this point, this just ends up just not being anything more than just general thunderstorms. So we're really much likely looking at next, I'm going to give it to at least quarter after the hour, which would be quarter after midnight, 12:15 midnight Central Time, 1:15 Eastern Time. And generally what you're seeing here is just general thunderstorms and numerous trees down in Lee County, parts of Macon County. We're talking Bullock, portions of Bullock, but Russell County as well. We definitely had that too. Can we go to Georgia Power too? We'll go to Georgia Power, guys. We're getting folks who want to see power outages in Georgia. Georgia Power. And I'll let you know too, folks, you can actually go to their website too. That's easy, but I'll show it to you here as well if you don't have access to a lot of stuff. So it's good to see you all here this morning, because we got some good news. Bad news report, a lot of damage across parts of East Alabama. Not advised to go on the roads. Emergency management would rather not have you do that. Here's what it looked like earlier. Our chief photographer, Kevin Roble, Smith Station, captured this pea-sized hail. That's exactly what it is when that thunderstorm came through. And that's what we're talking about, pea-sized hail. Okay. And that coats the ground a little bit, so there you have it. And again, Kevin catching a lot of that, and good news is he didn't have any damage. East Alabama reporter Elizabeth White did suffer a lot of damage up in her area. Large trees, she said, were reported, and we saw those reports, which the ones that there'll be a lot more coming in, but you can see this is post-storm. So to let anyone know you're clear, if you're in Richland, if you're in Sly County, Ellaville, if you're in Marion County, Buena Vista, Casita, Hurtsboro, Union Springs, Tuskegee, Columbus, Phoenix City, even though there's a lot of thunder, the severe portion is out, or the threat of strong thunderstorms are out. These are general thunderstorms. Still don't go outside, not advised. And everything is clearing up to the north. The severe thunderstorm watch will also be expiring as well. And as far as I know, we're going to be seeing that expire out for most of you guys, especially to the south. Lightning pretty good in some areas. Christy Sackett, I don't know where you're at, but I'm sure it's pretty much anywhere you're looking around that line. Let's see what David's saying. I'm missing you, David. Not right now, knowing my, like I just get by hit line becoming. There you go. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Appreciate you, David. Okay, and I think we got him there, so make sure I didn't miss anybody on there. And you guys are doing pretty good. It's doing good. It's about 173 of us now, so you can see the numbers are declining here, and that's great. So you guys can go to bed. We do, I don't think, it's not Georgia Power. It's Alabama Power still. We'll try to get Georgia Power up here in a little bit. We still got a few more minutes left to see that significant weather advisory kind of go down. And we fared much better on the west central Georgia side. East Alabama was hit pretty hard. Let's go to Georgia Power map. Refresh that. There you go. And we're seeing about, let's see, it looks like it's still, there it is. See if we get a little closer in our viewing area. There you go. We got a few areas here coming down by Benning Hills, Windsor Park area, South Columbus, without some power outages. It looks like we got 424 active outages, and about 24,000 customers that are affected in that area as well. So it looks like it's not as bad. Obviously, East Alabama's seen numerous amounts, and there's no question about it. So you can see how they're coming in here. So if you want to report an outage, never go out there. If you see any down power lines, you could get electrocuted. So mine, you can always check out this website. You can always report an outage on here as well if you go to Georgia Power, Alabama Power, and that would be your safest bet to do that. And as you can see, this continue to see the showers and storms that are right through here. Okay. Eufaula, yeah, Eufaula, it's just headed your way now. So folks in Eufaula, yeah, if you're hearing that, and lots of lightning, let's get that lightning up there to show you what we're talking about. There's the lightning we're talking about right here. Okay. Okay, there you go. So you follow about 12:24 Central Time. Troy, Alabama, we're looking at 12:40. Filma area, about 2 o'clock. This will be Eastern Time. And after all that, that's just Coleman is just part of our southwest corner of Randolph County, where a lot of you guys, I know a lot of you guys up in Cuthbert, you're out there with us right now. So just keep that in mind. Ginny, yes, we appreciate y'all and all the weather updates. Appreciate you too, Ginny. Montezuma, Georgia is without power. Karen Ward. Yeah, I could see Montezuma. That's up here because Montezuma was hit quite hard too as well. But that's all the lightning you see there. So Montezuma, totally get it. It's from the lightning likely. It'll come. It should come back. So hopefully not too long. No reports in Montezuma. I don't see any reports out there at this time. Okay. D51, you're very welcome as well. Blind Kimberly 13, hope you all get power back quickly. You want to see your friends do that as well. You follow again. Christy, I think if you answer that for you. Let's go back to Christy again. And you follow is in this track right here. It's just going to be some showers and storms. I don't see much more than that. You follow 1226. I wouldn't expect this to really weaken considerably. In fact, what we're going to do now, we're going to do a wind analysis profile. Just make sure to see what you got here. Okay? So back to that line. And Sumter County, get ready, because Sumter County, you're going to see a lot of thunderstorms. It'll be in this portion. So Americus, you're going to be seeing some storms firing up here in just a few minutes. 12:59, it's 12:56. So in about 3 minutes, you follow, be ready. Cuthbert, look at about 125. It'll probably be a little earlier than that. So if you're in those areas, you'll expect to see those winds picking up. Let me get out of this here for a second. Let's talk about our velocity. This gives us an idea where the wind, how it's behaving. And there's your gust front right there. And gust, so let's see. That's where it looks like. East Alabama, Barber County, you're looking pretty good now. Barber County's clear from anything real significant, so that's good. Randolph County, Southeast Marion, headed into Sumter, those are the areas we'll just keep an eye out for. Americus, but it doesn't look as bad. Let's go over here and give you guys an idea what the wind profiles are. Well, 33, they're still strong. 33, 25, 42. We got some strong winds still coming into Clay County, Georgia. Okay, so just keep that in mind, guys. You got a little, you're seeing anywhere from 40 to 33 mile per hour winds. And that in itself right there, coming towards Cuthbert in Americus. Let's just see how Americus is. Having trouble getting rid of, not getting a good scan on that, but let me try to get you a little bit better position. Yeah, it's almost negligible up there. I'll get you a better scan. I'm too far away from the radar to the south, but I'll get you that in a second. So if you're in these areas, expect to see winds 33, what I'm going to highlight right now. Okay. I'll take it to Bluffton, our viewers down here in Clay County. So Bluffton about 146. So you probably got about at least an hour, 146, so that's 1 o'clock. So about 48 minutes if you're in Bluffton, Fort Gaines, these areas in this vicinity along the track. Randolph County, including Cuthbert. Cuthbert looks like about, you can see the time here. That's rolling in about 1:02 within just a few minutes, about 3 minutes out. And they'll go a little bit north, farther north. Again, these are all under severe strength. There's no tornadoes with these. No, not at all. I got a little stronger wind gusts up through here. See planes. We'll see if we can get a better scan from Warner Robins back here. Probably our best scan I'm going to get right here. Hang on a second. Still about 30, 34. There you go. That's what we're looking at, okay? So this is weakening through that area. And yeah, we'll get some chicken. Says get some sleep. I hope so too. Yeah, have a good night, David. And you have a good morning because you're clear. But let's talk about who's clear so you guys can get some sleep. Okay, let's get to the radar. That's the best way of doing it. So let's get back here and show you what you can expect. Okay, so we're going to go to 12:30 Central Time now. So it's midnight Central Time. So we got 30 more minutes for you following for this line right here. So this would be just like this, and we'll take this down right through Troy. So this area here, strong thunderstorm alert, and that would be for you follow to about 12:11, and Troy all the way to 12:33. So within the next half hour, you're going to see some storms roll out. Everybody else is starting to clear. So if you're in Columbus, Buena Vista, Richland, Americus is right on top of you. Most of you are going to be fine. This is weakened considerably, and I think we are good now. But understand, counties to the north of Russell County, off to the west, all the way to Macon, Bullock, Lee, Chambers County, numerous amounts of trees down and power lines down in some of these areas that have been impacted in Russell County along US 80. So just best to just kind of stay tuned. Stay with News 3 in the morning. We'll be able to update you on any potential closing. So hopefully we don't have any of those coming up. And good night, Karen. It's good to see you. And I think at this point, we're going to probably be wrapping up here on our stream too, because I'm really happy. Yes, thank you so much, Kyle. Subscribe, like, thank you, and share. Thank you, and good night, and God bless you too. So we appreciate you. So that's what we need to see, just to comfort you guys, comforting minds here to see what's going on at this point. As you can see. And okay, there you go. And on the Georgia side, it's south of Sumter County. So Cuthbert, you're in a little bit of that strong winds with that storm coming out of Richland. Richland, it's right over you right now. So at this point, we're looking pretty good. So I'm going to be signing off here, guys. Know that whenever we're on here, it's going to be like really intense, but this is what you can expect. And I'm confident until 1:30 Eastern Time, 12:30 Central Time, that'll be it. It'll be out of your area. So these are winds up to 40 miles an hour, and they're a little strong. Yeah, have a good night, everybody. We're going to tell you. We are signing off. I'm going to write this inside the chat. You all have a great morning. Be careful. And please, I'm going to use extreme caution on the roads. Across Lee and Russell counties. In Alabama, of course. All right, put those in there. So I'll let that just sit for a second. So what we'll do here, guys, I'm going to go ahead. We'll play just some music for a second. I'll leave this on for you, just for anybody else who's just thinking they're seeing it. There's still a lot of folks on here. But these two areas here is what we're looking at around Union Springs, that thunderstorm coming down near Troy. It's really going to probably impact more western Barber County and Randolph County, portions of Quitman County and Sumter County. You should be good as far as seeing that for the rest of the night. So have a great morning. Improving weather, finally. Have a good morning. And again, use that caution out there across those counties I mentioned. And we'll not see it for several days. We may not have any weather. We have probably a good week to go. Let's all take a break, get some rest. Be safe.